A picture that's taken the internet by storm. A former prince, a royal, slumped in the back of a car outside Aylsham police station in Norfolk. The shell-shocked, disbelieving, haunted face of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has now become part of how his arrest will forever be remembered. The counterpart to this visual, one taken almost 25 years ago, of a smiling, confident prince beside a 17-year-old Virginia Giuffre in London townhouse. In this contrast lies the catch. For the first time in modern history, a senior royal is being treated like a common criminal. Virginia Giuffre, all of a tender 17 years in that picture clicked by Epstein himself, accused Mountbatten Windsor and now convicted sex offender Ghislaine Maxwell of sexually abusing her when she was a minor. A claim that the former prince staunchly denies. But in his arrest came a win for all those disappointed with the system, and a lack of action taken in the aftermath of the release, albeit partial, of the Epstein files.
We should absolutely commend the King, and we should commend the UK on how they've been handling the situation thus far. I can only relate in certain ways with how hard that would be to go up against one of your own relatives, specifically your brother. But yes, I think we have a long way to go here. There are dominoes that need to continue to fall here. My sister named over 40 men in her depositions. I think she's case in point where she's proven to be a truth teller. She had no reason to lie. She came forward because it was like the most basic level. She came forward because she wanted to protect the next generation, to inspire others to really realize that an ordinary girl can absolutely do extraordinary things. And she's proving that to the world today. So I hope that we take a closer look at Virginia's depositions. I think we should take a closer look at our survivor sisters and their depositions and what they've given already to our own government. And at this point, the real question is, when are we going to start believing survivors?
Well, I think the questions are still ongoing, aren't they? I mean, I do, absolutely. There's a thing I saw today, just before you phoned. I saw something else that said that Epstein had tried to arrange a £1 million payout from some organisation that he was negotiating with. It also said today on the UK news that his Andrew, not Prince Andrew, let's not call him that, Andrew, his top aide, had done a secret deal with China. So there's a lot of nefarious activity going on here. And I think it will all come out. I think, I know they've also, the Congress, US Congress has requested that he does go to America to be questioned by Congress, and he should go in the same way that Peter Mandelson should go. Anyone involved in this who is named in any way whatsoever should go to Congress, and I don't think it's acceptable to say, oh, you can just do it online. I don't think that's right. I think for the sake of the royal family, as I said only yesterday, the fact he threw them under a bus and everybody else who trusted him, then I, without fear or favour, he should be made to go like anybody else would. I don't know whether he can be subpoenaed to go, but of course it is ongoing, and of course it's going to be this has got legs to run, this story, and we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg at this stage.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor truly is no stranger to controversy. His latest arrest on the occasion of his 66th birthday, no less, on suspicion of misconduct in public office, dating back to his time as UK's trade representative. A series of allegations follow, prompted by the release of Epstein files. And it was this association to Epstein itself that led to his decade-long service as UK's trade representative coming to an end. His arrest is as reiterated before, just the latest development in a years-long saga over his dealings with Jeffrey Epstein, which has plunged the British monarchy into its biggest crisis in decades. For 11 hours, he was detained and then with no charges, was released but under investigation. As for Andrew, he continues to harp, denying consistently and strenuously any wrongdoing.
The arrest of the former Prince Andrew is highly significant for Donald Trump and the American judicial system. We're seeing that European countries are treating this very differently. Norway has charged gross misconduct to its former prime minister, and Prince Andrew spent 11 hours in police custody yesterday, the first royal arrested since 1647. Now, he has not been formally charged with anything, but the investigation is about official misconduct in him apparently providing confidential government information to Jeffrey Epstein when the former prince was a trade negotiator for the British government. This is a very serious charge under British law. Potentially, he could get life in prison, though I doubt anything like that will happen. King Charles has utterly separated himself. Now, on one level, the royal family always looks out for what people call the firm. But the king did not offer a single word of sympathy or support for his brother, only for law enforcement and support for law enforcement. So clearly, Andrew has been hung out to dry. Now, why does this matter in the U.S.? Well, the Trump administration has been lying and covering up. The Epstein Files Disclosure Act that Donald Trump first opposed and then signed into law requires that everything be disclosed except the identities of victims of the sex trafficking and child rape ring that was run by Jeffrey Epstein.
In fact, the Metropolitan Police says it is contacting Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's protection officers, asking them to consider whether anything they saw or heard while working for the former prince, which may be relevant to the ongoing inquiries. And on the other hand, Thames Valley Police is continuing to search Andrew's former Windsor home, Royal Lodge.
The arrest of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew, compels us to refocus our attention where it most urgently belongs, on the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. As an author and publisher of the Universal News Network, based in Palm Beach, Florida, I wish to express profound empathy for those whose lives were irreparably altered by Epstein's exploitation. Epstein's Palm Beach mansion near Mar-a-Lago was demolished 5 years ago after his suicide. Andrew's arrest and detention in the UK on suspicion of misconduct in public office stems from allegations that Andrew shared sensitive UK trade and investment information with Epstein during his tenure as the United Kingdom's Special Representative for International Trade and Investment between the years of 2001 and 2011. And newly released US documents, Department of Justice documents, including emails from that period, appear to substantiate these claims, prompting UK authorities to act decisively. This arrest connects directly to Andrew's documented, decade-long association with Epstein, encompassing flights on the financier's private aircraft, visits to his residences, and sustained contact even after Epstein's 2008 conviction in Florida. While the current probe focuses on potential breaches of official duties rather than sexual misconduct, it inevitably revives scrutiny of the broader Epstein network and its methods of influence.
Sparked consequently are conversations surrounding whether Andrew could be removed from the line of royal succession.
Any conversations about the point that you just raised are, complicated and will have to be, discussed in the future. But right now, there's a live investigation the police are undertaking, and it's really important that that investigation is able to continue without any interference, with its integrity intact. And so we need to step back and let that police investigation play out.
But for the British monarchy, it seems as tough stepping back is no longer an option. Reports suggest the UK government is now moving beyond discussions and is actively considering a high-stakes legislative strike. And if this removal from the line of succession is successful, it would be the first forced removal via legislation since the 1936 abdication of Edward VIII.
Donald Trump wants everyone to talk about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor because he doesn't want people to talk about the remainder of the Epstein files and the other powerful men, including himself, who might be named there. It's notable that the fullest information that we have from the limited release of the files, and of course less than half the pages were released and even they were heavily redacted, that the fullest information we have is about non-Americans in connection with Jeffrey Epstein's pedophilia and his financial crimes. That includes not only Andrew, it includes a former British ambassador to the United States, Peter Mandelson. It includes a sheikh in the Gulf who has had to resign as the head of the world's largest containers company. But the rest of the files that could identify especially Americans, they have been withheld. From the small fragments that have come out, we do know a couple of things that could be bad for Donald Trump and his associates. We know that an 86-page document which listed the potential co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein, those who might be complicit in his crimes, that document was uploaded to the Justice Department website and then it was removed a few hours later. But before it was removed, a site called Midas Touch was able to upload the document. So we know the identities of some of the people who were named in that.
What did his family have to say on it? King Charles said the law must take its course in seemingly a difficult personal moment for the king to set such a public distance between himself and his younger brother. As is famously said, nobody is above the law, and soon it seems nobody will be above the line of succession either.